or even mess with. The press, she says, was next to her list, and believe me you, it's as good as true, there ain't a man alive that she couldn't get next to. So she should have been glad, but she was mad and sad and feeling bad, thinking about the things that she never had. No love, just sex followed next with a check and a note. That last night.
Brittany, before you go, there's something I want you to have.
Oh, it's beautiful! But wait a minute, isn't this?
Yes it is. But I thought the old lady dropped it into the ocean in the end.
Well, baby, I went down and got it for you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here on this stage you see the Palace Orchestra, and my name is Max Raabe. The next song is a song about a little green cactus. On a balcony. The cactus falls from the balcony onto the face of Mr. Kraus from the neighbor house. This song is still very popular in Germany because we still think that the situation is funny.
To be on the stage in Los Angeles or in New York is extraordinary. It was always our attitude, less is more. People everywhere respond in the same way. You rarely get the chance to hear these songs arranged in such a meticulous and loving manner. The fact that Germans can have a sense of humor is something that the audience outside of Germany does not expect. And this is our element of surprise. Sometimes it's good and important to be silly on stage. The songs may have been written at a time of worldwide economic crisis, but the words are always about love and the quest for happiness, and that makes them timeless.
Stars shining bright. I don't know. I'm here in the Admiral's Palace, im Admiralspalast. The Admiral's Palace was the famous musical theater in the 20s and 30s. All the big singers and bands were playing here. And this is the center of Berlin. And this house is perfect for the Palace Orchestra and myself. The Palace Orchestra is a 13-piece orchestra. We have 4 saxophones, 2 trumpets, trombone, rhythm section, and a wonderful violin player. She is the only girl in the orchestra. And we're playing the music of the 20s and 30s in the original arrangements. One of our composers is Kurt Weill. Kurt Weill was very famous here in Europe, and he had to emigrate after 1933 when the Nazis came to power, and he was successful in the United States too. And we have also a piece in our repertoire written in the late 40s from the film The Touch of Venus. Speak low.
The premiere in Germany was here in Berlin in the Admiral's Palace, and it was a house of the famous revues in the 20s and 30s, and that was a right place for us to bring our show Tonight or Never on stage. By the way, my grandmother always spoke about the 20s when she was here as a young lady sitting somewhere on a balcony, and now I'm here, and sometimes I think about this funny situation and think that maybe my grandmother is still sitting over there. The songs may have been written at a time of worldwide economic crisis, but the words are always about love and the quest for happiness, and that makes them timeless. In early 20s and 30s Berlin, a bubbling atmosphere of tolerance and avant-garde prevailed. It was the era of the Weimar Republic, the first democracy in Germany. In architecture, art and music, new ground was broken. Names like Marlene Dietrich, Bertolt Brecht and Albert Einstein stood for the blooming culture of this epoch. Artists and musicians from all over the world met in Berlin to exchange their newest ideas. In cabarets and revue theaters, like the Admiralspalast, new shows were produced in close sequence. The lyrics of the songs reflected the turbulent times. It was a dance on the volcano. Although this was a period of economic restraint and great poverty, people streamed into the theaters and cinemas, driven by their thirst for everything new. These were the golden 20s, the era of the Weimar Republic. But the delicate planned democracy was crushed by the boots of the Nazis. I would never have dreamed that I would be able to find an audience for this repertoire outside of Germany. If anyone had said to me that one day we would perform at Carnegie Hall in New York, I would have called him a lunatic. That was the greatest experience of our lives. The precision of our choreographed stage performances may have a typical German quality, but our self-irony, our somewhat hyperbolic presentation shows that we don't take ourselves too seriously. And the fact that Germans can have a sense of humor is something that the audience outside of Germany does not expect. And this is our element of surprise. Most of the songs in our repertoire were created by Jewish composers and songwriters at the time of the Weimar Republic. Many of them perished in the Third Reich, while a few of them managed to escape to the United States via Austria and France. During my concerts, I always mention the names of the composers and songwriters whose names at that time were meant to be consigned to oblivion. That matters a great deal to me. It is a late and quiet triumph. Walter Jurmann was a composer in Vienna, and he came to Berlin and wrote here in Berlin a lot of famous songs, like Veronika der Lenz ist da, or My Gorilla Has a Villa in the Zoo. And after 1933, he came to Los Angeles and wrote a lot of songs for the Marx Brothers films, like A Day at the Races or A Night at the Opera. And we have the German songs in our repertoire and the English compositions or the American compositions as well. This music has a very strong and clear character, so it does not need words to convey its message to an audience wherever we go. And on top of that, Europe and America have many common roots which are very much reflected in our repertoire. Over My Shoulder is something between this early German dance band music and swing of in the American style, something in between, but very wild.
I think this is the most elegant pop music we've ever had.
I'm laughing at clouds so dark.
We take the music seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. You don't think the music is 80 years old when you hear it. Sometimes the audience think, oh, you make something modern or you change words. No, we don't do anything like that. I think the music and the lyrics, they speak